Sir Amarnath Kanjikar, the teacher in charge of the Parihari Club, which is focused on vigilance of substance abuse. Teacher Alice Matthias, the teacher in charge of the Consumer Forum Club. Teacher Asambi Sheikh, the NSS coordinator, and teacher Natalie Figueredo, the YRC coordinator and the Red Ribbon Club in charge.
And a chief guest to be escorted by a principal and manager to light the lamp.
Close.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher.
We shall now witness the oath-taking ceremony of the NSS and YRC units. I request the office bearers to kindly step forward as I call your name. Office bearers of the NSS unit. President Ms. Diksha Mandekar from 12th Commerce A. Vice President Master Kunal Kalambudkar from 11th Commerce B. Executive Member Ms. Audrey Dias from 12th Commerce B. Master Pranav Kaskar from 11th Science. Master Abhishek Bandodkar from 11th Commerce B. Ms. Inaugural Rodriguez, 11th Science. Ms. E. Kodega and Master Pringle Pujul, 11th Arts. Ms. Neha Pawar, 11th Commerce A.
We shall first have the oath of office for the NSS unit leaders. So kindly put your right hand forward, the NSS unit leaders, and repeat after me. I hereby promise that I shall do my best to serve the NSS unit. I promise to safeguard and protect the principles, rules and regulations of the NSS unit and work for the betterment of my institution, society and country with the motto of NSS unit, which is not me but you. Put your hands down, students. Thank you. And now we shall have the oath of office for the YRC office bearers. Kindly put your right hand forward. I do solemnly swear that I shall faithfully execute the office of Youth Red Cross Committee of St. Thomas High Secondary School and will to the best of my ability serve as a living example to uphold the fundamental principles of Red Cross and the pledge at all times. Put your hands down, students. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. I request our manager to kindly escort our chief guest to hand over the badges to the office bearers of the NSS and YRC units.
Volunteers to raise your right hand for the pledge. Please repeat after me. I solemnly pledge to work with dedication to serve and strengthen the freedom and integrity of the nation. I further affirm that I shall never resort to violence and that all differences and disputes relating to religion, language, region, political and economic grievances shall be settled by peaceful and constitutional means.
for my own health and that of others, to help the sick and suffering, especially children, and to look upon other children all over the world as my friends. Can you put your hands down?
But it was a very wonderful experience because we did go to places, the homes of people, the various old age homes also, to do community service for them, social service. And it was a very wonderful feeling when you interact with people, hear what they say, and the longing which they have for having friends, family. Because it's not just when we get a good position or we have money, we go abroad or we go to a different place and dump our parents or our elders in some old age home and desert them and say, oh, I'm sending you money. They need the love and attention and the care which they give you when you were small. And that is what you give them when they are in their older ages. So I congratulate the school and those who have joined the NSS, and I ask you all to carry on with the good work. When I heard the anthem, it reminded me, you may remember that there was one national integration song, Surangani. Remember that Surangani? That was an old song which we would sing, and it should often be played on the radio also. So it is like a national movement, and that is why it is called NSS. It is a national movement which is for social cause and social service. So I congratulate you all, and I ask you to keep up the good work. Remember that every heart, mind and soul you touch will bring you great benefits when you years ahead. If you are kind to someone, kindness will come back to you. Don't expect that person to say thank you. Don't even wait for it. It will come back to you one day, and you will remember it, and you'll remember the good days when you did good jobs, good service to the community and the people, and you will realize how sometimes you got saved, your family got saved, or good deeds are coming back to you. As far as the Youth Cross, Red Cross is concerned, I don't know how many of you know that doctors put a red color cross to indicate that they are doctor. You know that. You can boldly go and tell that doctor, this is our symbol. The International Red Cross is a red cross. You understand me? And that red cross means free service. He has to have a green cross. And if he has a red cross, you can tell him, I pay no fees. Please remember this. A red cross is of Red Cross, and a green cross is of a doctor. That doctor may do free service or may charge, but if he puts a Red Cross, he's misleading people, because the mission of Red Cross is render free medical aid and service. So therefore, a Red Cross goes more with the patients, meets different kinds of people. I would also say you have to be cautious, because you never know, in your enthusiasm to do work, you may come across people who have got certain kinds of illnesses which they may not know. Sometimes they know they don't want to tell. So you have to be a little cautious when you go out on the field. It is much more challenging for you to go and attend to the patients. Sometimes when we see children who are suffering of these of ailments, it is very sad. I just read yesterday in one of the news on my iPad in the night that there is a kind of a bacteria in the brain which has killed some young children. I don't remember whether it's in Kerala or Karnataka. 5 have died in the last month. So you think of the suffering of the child, suffering of the family, suffering of the friends, classmates, or whoever have been associated. Think how it can affect. So if we have a clean and healthy environment, I think that is the beginning which we can help NSS as well as the Youth Red Cross, because it is not only giving a treatment when the patient is about to die, but taking care even before. And I think we can go a long way to helping ourselves, our family, society, our villages, and our community. We also had today the one Mahotsav. I ask all of you to plant a tree in your house. Whether it's a short tree, it's a tall tree, you get grafts today. Even if you have problem of planting, you get grafts. And I will tell you something. I planted about 40 mango trees, equal number of coconut trees, different variety of other trees in my garden in Kotre. We keep trimming those trees. There's a technique how to trim so that those trees don't become too tall. And then afterwards they fight for space, one to the other. But I've done a close crop cultivation on the advice of certain agriculturists, and by trimming, and trust me, every year a mango plant is fruiting, because we know otherwise it comes every alternate year. But if you take care of them, sometimes even if you sing to them or play music to them, I'm saying gentle music, not rock and pop, it may fruit at the wrong time otherwise. Or it may get a shock and not fruit. So you can do that. And the purpose of the One Mahotsav is to encourage green environment, and that environment, green environment, will give us oxygen and will give us good nature, and we will be able to fight climate change as we are seeing what is happening all over the world. And I thank the high secondary school, the St. Thomas institutions, which are doing yeoman service, not only in the educational field, but extracurricular activities like these, which are necessary. Remember one thing, if you have something additional to what you have in your school, remember you will be a star. Let me give you an example. Everyone passes out and he's either BA, BSc, MBBS or MD. You will have 50 of them passing out every year. But who is special? Who is noted? It is someone who has got something extra. Sometimes you are recognized because you are good for your medicine or because you are good as a scientist, but also because you are good for something else. So I would always encourage you, if you want to be picked up, you want to be noticed, get forward, come forward and lead the light. I had to tell some of the students down, please don't hide behind the photograph, come in front. And this is one thing I ask our grown children. We are gentle, we are kind, we are not pushing. We never push our way through. There are others who come. I will tell you my experience in the Margam post office. I stood in a queue, maybe there were about 14 people in front of me and I was a 15. And suddenly somebody came shouting with the bag and all that. She went to the counter and said, da 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 da, she said something. And that fellow attended to her, she did her work and she went away. And all of us were grumbling. And nowadays it's happening more often. Not us. We still wait, we stand patiently. But there are others who come, overtake the queue by making all drama. And we are patiently waiting. Why I'm saying, I'm not saying go and fight. But what I'm saying is stand out, go in front. If you stand at the back, you will remain there only. If you come and stand in front, you will achieve. You will be noticed. The teacher may not be able to remember the one in the middle. Remember, I was a teacher myself. I can still remember who are the best students. I can remember the worst students. Look, I just didn't want them in the class. But I can't remember those in between who are like average. I can't remember them. Why? Because there were so many average. And then you're not noticed. But if someone sits in front, someone is the last bench and the teacher watches the last bench as a naughty one, as a one who will always be like the troublemaker. I'm not saying you all are all, but generally it had been in our days, the last bench benchers would sometimes suddenly say, sing happy birthday from nowhere from someone else. And then stop, and then the teacher would say, who did it? The one smiling would get a slap first. So these were the funny moments we had, but it is like how we live our lives. And it is in your own house, in your own community. Don't step back. Go forward. Our children are intelligent. Our children score. Why do we need to go outside and shine? Why can we not shine in our own areas, in our own schools, in our own places, villages? So I ask you, I urge you, I want our constituency, I want our village to be the best. Remember, I don't want that internet that Aldona is the most beautiful village somebody from North India writes because he might have had a good holiday here over here and taken some nice photographs. There are many beautiful places, other places also. But let us make ours always the best from educational point of view, from environment point of view, architectural point of view, even cleanliness. So therefore, it is a teamwork which NSS and the youth Red Cross can work hand in hand and can make this village and our constituency the best ever it can be. Thank you very much.
It is indeed my privilege and honor to present the vote of thanks on this auspicious day. An English thinker, Alfred Whitehead, once remarked, "No one who achieves success does so without acknowledging the help of others." The wise and confident acknowledge this with the help of gratitude. Today, St. Thomas High Secondary School has chosen gratitude to express its profound and sincere appreciation to all those who have contributed to the success of today's program. I would like to start by thanking our school's management, especially our dynamic and dedicated manager, Reverend Father John Robert, who has always been supportive in all our initiatives and encouraging us to strive for excellence. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our principal, Mrs. Angelica Fernandez, who is like a pillar of support that motivates and guides us to excel in all our endeavors. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to the teachers who were the in charges of today's program, especially the NSS and the YRC coordinators. We sincerely appreciate their dedication and diligence. I cannot forget you, my dear students, for you are the blooming flowers of our school's garden. Without your presence and contribution, this program will not be a successful one. Thank you, dear students, for your disciplined presence and active participation in today's program. They say the best things are kept for the last. As you all know, that saying thank you is a respectful way to show appreciation towards a person, but these words will be less to our today's chief guest, Honorable MLA of Aldona constituency, Advocate Carlos Faria. His knowledge enlightens us, his commitment inspires us, and his goodwill enkindles in us a silver lining for a better, progressive future for our society. Sir Advocate Carlos Faria, St. Thomas High Secondary School is truly grateful to you for your presence and all that you have done and you keep doing for this esteemed temple of education. As much as we say thank you, in the same accord, we wish to say God bless you for all your undertakings. Once again, thank you and God bless us all.
We had installation of the
NSS and the Youth Red Cross in High Secondary School of Aldona, St. Thomas High Secondary. And it was a very nice moment because children are volunteering to come to do social service. आणि सोशल सर्विसान लोकांक पावपा जाता आनी यूथ रेड क्रॉस म्हणल्यार इंडियन रेड क्रॉसाचे यूथ विंग तो लोक दुयेंत आहा तेन्ना हॉस्पिटल व्हरोंक जाय जाल्यार कोणाक पावोवपा जाय जाल्यार दोतोरा फुडें नाल्यार दोतोर हाडूंक जाय जाल्यार दोतोरा पावतात तेन्ना ते यूथ रेड क्रॉसचे विंग आसात आनी हे लोकांक सर्वीस करतात तेन्ना लोकांक बऱ्या पावतले लोकांक फायदो जातलो सो आयज ते इन्स्टॉलेशन आसलें आनी वन महोत्सव केला आमी प्लांट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट केला आनी एक हांवें प्लांट रोयला थिंगा बट इट इज समथींग फॉर ग्रीन गोवा ग्रीन एनवायरमेंट ग्रीन आल्दोना कित्याक मुगे मोटो आशिल्लो मुगे विजन डॉक्युमेंट आमी म्हणलेलें वी वॉंट अ ग्रीन आल्दोना सो हांव खूश आसा की आमी प्लांट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन केलां आनी हें इन्स्टॉलेशन बरें जालां